From hidden pockets with some of Durham Region's most beautiful and most expensive homes and estates to the multi-million-dollar luxury oasis owned by a former NHL player, we're changing it up a little bit in today's video as we look at the most expensive streets in Durham Region. My name is Jessie McLellan and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario, and I usually make videos to help people who are either moving to Durham Region or who already live here and like to follow our real estate market and stay up to date on what's happening here. If that sounds like you, feel free to subscribe to the channel and help us reach 1,000 subscribers. And if you find this video interesting, I would love it if you would hit that like button. As I go through this, feel free to let me know in a comment what your favorite area is. The first area I'm going to start off with is an area in Clarington that always stood out to me, and that is Prince Rupert Drive and Lord Duncan Court. This neighborhood is located just north of Curtis in between Trulls Road and Tooley Road. You can find some other large luxury homes nearby like on Tooley Road and Timberlane Court, but Prince Rupert always caught my eye, especially when I was younger and I would drive down Trulls Road with my parents. We'd look out the window and just see these big, beautiful homes. The homes in this neighborhood range from 3,500 to about 4,500 square feet of above grade living space, and a lot of them are located on lots over an acre in size. The highest sale in the last couple of years was $2.3 million. There's currently one listed now for a touch under $2 million, but most homes in this neighborhood would probably sell from about $2 million to about $2.5 million. You don't see much turnover in this area at all, and that's a trend you'll notice with all of these areas. Typically, families move in and stay there for a very long time because it's not easy to find these types of homes in neighborhoods like this. This is a fantastic area and the homes are beautiful. But at least out of the ones that I have seen listed in the past, they don't tend to have any of the crazy over-the-top features or characteristics that we'll talk about in some of the other areas in this video. Plus, with all of the new custom homes being built in recent years in rural Clarington, this neighborhood is probably a bit overshadowed now, but it's still one of my personal favorites with gorgeous family homes. Our next street is an example of these new luxury homes, and that is Lionel Byam Drive, located in Enniskillen. Now, Enniskillen is a little community located in the north part of rural Clarington and is probably most known by locals for the original Enniskillen General Store. But in recent years, communities like this have kind of become the destination for families who want to build large custom homes. And you can find these beautiful custom homes all over in areas like Hampton, Tyrone, and Salina because they provide a more rural private lifestyle but are only a short drive back to Bowmanville, Curtis, or Oshawa. In Enniskillen, there are a cluster of these larger homes located on Lionel Byam Drive. These homes are beautiful, modern, luxury homes located on large lots between 1 and 2 acres. Now, depending on the model of the home, they mostly range from about 3,500 to 5,000 square feet, and most of them have 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and a 3-car garage. Although they are a bit more modern style, like Prince Rupert Drive, these homes really aren't going to have any over-the-top or ridiculous features like some of the homes we'll get to in a few minutes. They really are just supersized family homes. Now, every room is spacious, has very tall ceilings. Even the bathrooms in these are bigger than some bedrooms in smaller homes. The highest sale was about $2 million, but that was almost 3 years ago, and I think a lot of these homes would sell between the 2 and 2.5 if they were listed today. The next area is located in Whitby, in the already higher end and sought after community of Williamsburg. Sunny Rose Court is located just north of Roslyn Road in between Brock and Cochrane. It's kind of tucked away in an already very nice neighborhood, but the homes on this court really stand out for their size and unique style. Because this is still located in a neighborhood in town, the lots are not as large as some of these other areas that I've highlighted. Most of them sit on about half of an acre, but the square footage of these homes can often be above 5,000 square feet, and that's only the above grade square footage, not including any living spaces in the basement. In these homes, we start to see some more interesting features. I appreciate modern luxury homes, but I know that there are people who feel they're missing something and not quite as special or unique as some of the older luxury homes. If you're one of these people, you might really like this area because from the outside of the home to the inside of the home, they have extremely unique design features as well as some fun functional features as well. I've seen homes here with music rooms with grand pianos, golf simulators, indoor saunas, indoor swimming pools, huge library rooms, and they all seem to have absolutely stunning kitchens with no expense spared. The highest sale in recent years was around $2.3 million, and I could see other homes selling anywhere between $2 and $2.8 million if they were listed for sale today. It's really hard to find areas like this, and when you do, you rarely see turnover because if you want to find something similar, they're often outside of town in rural pockets somewhere, which is why this area made the list. Next is one of those rural pockets. If you follow Ashburn Road north of Brooklyn, you'll eventually find a side street called Middlemarch Road, and down at the end of that road is Woodbridge Circle. This is an area you probably didn't know about unless someone else has told you about it, or if you're like me and driving past it one day and thought, what's down there? Being at the end of the dead-end road, this neighborhood is extremely quiet and gets very little traffic through it. These custom-built homes sit on 1.5 to 2+ acre lots and are around 5,000 square feet in size, give or take depending on the home. These homes are truly unique, none of them are the exact same, and there's so much variety that there's something to suit everyone's taste and personal preferences. This neighborhood is located very close to Oak Ridge Golf Club, which some of these homes actually back onto. There's a conservation area and trails within walking distance, and it's also only a few minutes from Lake Ridge Ski Resort, so it really is the perfect location for families who enjoy those outdoor activities. The highest sale was around $2.7 million a few years ago, and there's currently a vacant lot available for around $1 million for those looking to build their own custom dream home. And there was one for sale around $2.2 million, but I think that one might have just been taken off the market. Alright, the areas we just talked about are amazing, and at least one of them probably has something close to your dream home. But these last couple of areas, these are really special and even more over the top and luxurious. The last two areas are located more in the heart of Durham Region and have true mansions in my opinion, but this next area is located just a few minutes outside of Uxbridge. Off of Concession 6 is this street called Silver Spring Crescent, and that leads into Rolling Meadows Road and some other smaller courts and streets. This neighborhood is probably quite similar to Woodbridge Circle. It's out of the way, you wouldn't know it's there unless someone told you about it, and it has some beautiful large homes just like the other areas. But specifically at the end of Rolling Meadows Road and on Sugarbush Lane, there are huge homes. And if you remember at the start of the video, I talked about a former NHL player. Well, if you're into hockey at all, you may know a former Toronto Maple Leaf, Gary Roberts. He used to own a home on Sugarbush Lane, and it was by far the highest sale for the area, selling for over $5 million about 4 years ago. There's a whole article on his home that I'll include a link to in the description, but it was just as much a wellness and sports training facility as it was a family home. He's known for his love of health and fitness and works with current NHL players in the off-season, and this is where he would help many of them train in the off-season or rehab any of their injuries. This home had an infinity pool, a hot tub, an outdoor ice rink, a yoga deck, volleyball court, and so much more. While Gary Roberts' home was beautiful, it's definitely not the norm for the neighborhood. The other homes in the area would probably sell in the $2 to $3 million range. You can even find some smaller homes relative to the area, of course, that sell just under the $2 million price point. Now, these last two areas are very similar. They're located fairly close to each other, so I'm going to kind of lump them in together. These are the most over-the-top, insanely high-end luxury homes I think you'll find in Durham Region, at least when we're talking about a neighborhood full of them. The streets I'm talking about are Buggey Lane in Ajax, and of course, Hollywood Court in Pickering. Even though one is in Ajax and the other's in Pickering, they're actually only a couple of minutes from each other because Ajax stops at 5th Concession, and everything north is technically rural Pickering, but they're fairly similar streets. The homes on Buggey Lane are located right near the Deer Creek Golf Course, with many of the homes on the east side of the street actually backing right onto the golf course. This street is known as Deer Creek Estates. Now, in my opinion, if an area has a sign out front or is called something estates, it better be a heck of a nice neighborhood, and this area certainly lives up to that expectation. The homes on Buggey Lane can range anywhere from $3 million to well over $4 million. They can be well over 5,000 square feet and sit on properties over 2 acres in size. These homes have it all: tennis courts, basketball courts, wine cellars, huge home theater setups, putting greens, you name it, they have it. And then Hollywood Court is known as Barclay Fieldstone Estates, and I would say the homes in this area are even a notch above many on Buggey Lane, if you can imagine that. Now, I see the word estate used often on higher end homes, and in my mind, these homes are true estates. The homes on this street can fetch well over $5 million in today's market, and if you're a car person, these are great areas to do some car spotting. These homes can range from 5,000 square feet to almost 10,000 square feet of total living space and are unlike anything else. Some of them look like a massive resort rather than a house. To put it into perspective, these homes are so big that their bedrooms have their own sitting rooms, which are basically living room sized for the rest of us. One of the listing photos that I was looking at recently had 2 couches and 3 chairs in the sitting room inside a bedroom in the house. Think a home gym is fancy? That's cool. These homes have wine cellars twice as big as the condos on Simcoe Street. That's how absolutely luxe they are. I know this was a little bit different than my usual videos, and of course, if you're looking in that $2 million to $5 million range, I would love to help you explore some of these fantastic locations in person, but I'm assuming most of you are like me and aren't shopping for a $5 million home. But like all of you, I do find it fun to see what crazy and unique homes are out there, especially around Durham Region. Hopefully you found this video interesting, and if you want to follow everything that's happening in our local real estate market, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you in the next one next week. Bye!